Do you like Candace Owens? You know, she's a Republican, a Black Republican. How do you feel about Candace?
Lord, that child wears my spirit, Amazon. And I am a conservative,
Yeah.
and she wears my spirit.
Yeah.
So baby, when you ready, hit my line. Tell me what you wanna do. I know you see I'm feeling you.
All right. Well, welcome, BMT. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on to my channel.
Well, thank you for having me. What's going on?
You know, trying to survive. You know, this is the last month of 2020. So, you know, I'm
It,
hoping that 2021
it
is.
has been quick. Yeah, I think we're all safe to say over 2020. I think it's been quite a year for a lot of us.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a little bit done with it too. I'm kind of a little bit out of it now. I'm a
Yeah,
little bit nervous about 2021.
I am too. I am too. But you know what? It is what it is. We just, you know, stay prayed up. That's it. You know?
Oh man, I've been told that. I've been told that so many times. I've been told that so many times.
But no, really. You
Stay
know?
prayed up.
Yeah.
You're not nervous about 2021?
I am. I'm
You're
I'm
not nervous?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. But what else are we?
There's a lot at stake.
There is a lot at stake.
There's a lot at stake.
Yeah. What do you mean? What's
So
a lot at stake?
I
Well,
well
first, can you
let's
tell everybody who you are first? Introduce yourself to my followers and let them know.
okay. So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy. It's your guy, BMT, Business Minded Talk. Um, I'm a YouTube content creator, writer. I help develop content. I help. I don't mind working with other content creators. I'm a big collaborator. I definitely saw Randy definitely has the sparkle, jazz. So he's a tough one. And for the most part, I talk about politics. I talk about family. Talk about relationships. Trending topics. There's nothing unholy that we don't talk about. I've been on YouTube for about 5 years. I think I'm 19.1K.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll hit two. Hopefully I'll hit 20.
You
Hopefully I
definitely
hit 20.
by the end of the
Yeah.
year, right? You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I don't know, man. I would have to be pulling out miracles and I'll have to do a lot, man. Something big would have to happen for me. But now it's been a lot. We're writing podcasts, and my people we've been very busy. So now they've taken breaks for the holiday. I'm still the one in the office, still writing. So I'm pretty much freelancing for anybody. Hell, right now I'm working for Brandy from the Brandy Room. He said, "I want to talk about this." I'm like, okay,
Because you know I'm gonna be back. You know I'm gonna be on your channel.
right. And I think that's very potent that we help. It's good to help for YouTubers to help each other build content creators, and it also showcases that we're interested to talk about that we are thinking about as a new generation in these topics. So we have our own voice and don't want people speaking for us. So um, I'm definitely down to talk about any and everything. Um, there's nothing. I think that's the thing about it. I'm not too masculine or too sensitive not to talk about anything. I think everything should be on the table for us to talk about, so that way we can have understanding. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I am about. So it's BMT, Business Minded Talk. If y'all want to find me, I'll give Brandy my link. I think she should already have it.
Add it to my
But,
description, to the video description.
so
It'll be posted.
all right. So our next goal for my team is to help Brandy get to her goal,
10K.
which so 10K. That's what she wants to get to. So
And your
like
goal
I
is
said,
20K by the end of the year.
it is 20K. Brandy's pushing me to try to get to 20K. I just want to survive. The YouTube. I just want to survive. But yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
No,
And
tell
also,
me what you were saying. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I
no,
want you to.
no, one of my people said they want to get Brandy a shirt. And I'm like, why y'all want to get Brandy a shirt? She don't want no damn, she don't want no BMT shirt. I'm like, no, get her a shirt.
Send me a shirt.
Huh?
Post it on my Instagram.
No, we all have shirts and stuff. We all have our own, we all have shirts and all stuff. I feel like a NASCAR logo. They have all our stuff on our shirts that we have to do from our host, who's the host, assistants, and everything. But no, they want to get Brandy a shirt. I'm like, Brandy's a Valley girl. She don't wear t-shirts. She don't wear t-shirts. She wears like
Wow, you got to.
Aeropostale and
I wear
and
t-shirts when I'm chilling in the house. I do.
okay. So you have your chill time. So you do chill. Okay. I will let. I can't see you chilling. If you were chilling, it'd be with like a face mask and cucumbers and a margarita. You know what I'm saying? But you probably like, no. I actually have my downtime. I like to just.
No, I definitely.
I could imagine you like coming down. I couldn't see you do that.
I definitely have my chill days. I do my downtime. I do. So
Have you started shopping for Christmas?
have I finished? I haven't done any shopping yet.
Really, you?
Oh. Well, I mean, I've done shopping for myself.
Okay. Okay. So you're doing your shopping, but
Yeah,
nobody else is shopping.
nobody else yet, but I will get to that this weekend. Online shopping.
Okay. All right. So, what is the agenda or the topic for
Yes.
today?
Yes. So we will be talking a little bit about politics. I wanted to invite you on because I know, you know a little bit more than me about politics. And
Mm-hmm.
we're getting to the end of 2020. There's been so much that has happened BMT this year, especially political wise. And I kind of just want to understand politics a little bit better. Of course,
Okay.
we're going to talk about Candace Owens, right?
Oh, oh.
Why most black people hate her, because that's the case. So maybe
Man, it's a good thing I brought a drink for this one. I brought a drink for this one. I should have known there was gonna be some stuff coming around with this one. But I'm ready. I am ready to go down the hole with
Okay,
you.
good. All right. So before we get into that, though, so what you were saying something at the beginning, I cut you off. My bad to introduce yourself, but you were saying what's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen for 2021? What is there to be prepared for?
There's gonna be, to be fair, there's a lot of things that have been happening
Mm-hmm.
before the end of 2020, and there's gonna be a lot of political shifts, a lot of changes that I want a lot of people our age and younger to start taking notice. Uh, Especially if you're like 18 and you can vote, you need to start paying attention. Stop just listening to somebody get on a platform or in front of a camera, but also go search and seek it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Um, you know, what's beneficial for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important. I'm actually happy that you're actually coming out and say, hey, I don't want to just talk about this. I want to talk about politics. I want to know the why of certain things. So that way in 2021, I don't want to just be sitting at the table and I'm wondering like, yo, why is my taxes going up? Or why is this happening? Or, what's going on with my job? And your friends are like, oh, this politician. You're like, no, this is actually what's going on. Girls, we need to get down here. We need to actually start sharing our voices and actually bringing a rise to these type of things because sooner or later they're all going to affect us, and I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
some of us it's affect more. A lot of people I've lost a business. I'm down to one business left. A lot of things have definitely changed for men, women. Um, Birth rights for women are going to most likely be changing up again. That's a pretty big thing for women that I've seen women been stocking up on birth control. I'm sure a lot of women know about that. As far as goes for men, jobs are going to change. As far as I know, they just legalized marijuana. So that's going to be opening up a lot of things. Some people, they're like, yeah, we're going to get to smoke weed. And other people like, no, that's not good. I've seen what it does to my family. I know what it can do to my job. I can't smoke.
Gateway to other.
Right.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you might, some people might be cool with it, but you're like, babe, I don't like you smoking weed. Because that might lead to other things.
Right.
Or, but like I try to tell some people, like, hey, like, let's say like, one of y'all does some pot. Now you're intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? That could leave you liable, open to like sexual assault. Oh no, nobody thinks like that. You're saying nobody thinks like that, but the laws have changed.
Yeah.
So it's like these kind of things where my mind is at is totally different. And I'm happy, Brandy, that you're like, yo, I want to know. I want to be able to, because there's some stuff as a woman that you're like, yo, me and my girls need to be talking about these things because these things are gonna affect us.
They're
Like,
important.
it might be affecting us with family and children and dealing with men when we go out there at the job because some men might be afraid that you might be the qualified woman for the job, but they're afraid by the legalizations of the law. Like if I put her in there, I'm afraid certain things might happen. And best believe you probably noticed that the job market has definitely changed with
Yeah.
paychecks, and a lot of stuff. So yeah, let's get at it. I'm definitely all for it.
So, BMT, let's just go back to the basics, right? There's two main parties. There's the
Yes,
Republican
ma'am.
Party and there's the Democratic Party.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is a Republican? You're a Republican, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
a Republican? You tell me in your definition, what is a Republican?
So for a Republican, we're more so for self-independence of our own smaller government parties. In other words, it's self-governing entities. I don't want big government involved with me when it comes to family. I don't want them involved with me when it comes to my woman's rights of birth, or when it comes down to religion. I don't want the government involved with me when it comes down to rearing my children or different kind of programs. Like we want more so of the money uh to the people dealing, not the government.
Not the government.
Yeah, right. So I don't want to deal with program. Now, granted, I understand there are. I'm not shaming people who have to use programs. I've had to use programs to help me along the way.
Yeah.
But I also understand that somebody has to pay for those programs in the long run.
Yeah.
So to some of us, we're like, no, we don't want those programs. And if it means that we have to go without it, then by God, then hey, you're gonna have to just until you're ready for that, or until you get to that level, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So that would be a Republican. I used to be a Democrat, back in the day.
Okay.
I'm black, so most blacks predominantly lean towards being a Democrat.
Now, why is that? Why do you think that is? Because that is the case.
Okay.
And weird things, because I don't really know too much about either party. I mean, I know enough to know that I am not either or. I'm a free thinker, right? Independent. But when you get into the history of the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, like, I was just listening to friends and family talk, talk it out, that the election has brought out so many different feelings and emotions and discussions, right? So I heard someone say the Republican Party was born out of white supremacy.
Mm. Mm.
Is that the case? And
You
then,
really want to know the truth?
and then that's why black people tend to be get Democrat.
Okay, so let's clear up the facts. Both political parties never favored black people, ever. We were never inclusive of any party. We were never allowed to vote. As far as it goes for the KKK, they started out in the South, the Dixiecrats, Democrats. Now, along with that, they were like, yo, we got these programs and all this stuff. And for the most part, I'm never gonna lie and say that the Republicans are not racist. That would be a lie. Lord knows I have seen some pretty interesting stuff where, like, one, I've never put on a MAGA hat. Two, I never say like let's make America great, because I never remember a time for me as a black man or you as a black woman. It was a good time for us. So trying to sell us that BS that either side was good, they're full of crap. No, we're not gonna be oblivious. I'm not gonna BS you. The Republicans, how they do their racism, they do theirs where it's systematic. where I'll keep you out of the job. I'll keep you out of certain systems. I'll keep you out of certain stuff. I'll hit you where it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Democratic wise, they hit you in the face. They'll hit you with police. They'll hit you with stuff like um, certain types of programs that would actually segregate certain types of divisions. And you're like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Well, we know that there are certain programs that are formulated that have a cap level that you can only get so high. What do you mean? Um, to get food stamps, right? Let's say time gets hard, you have to fall into food stamps. I've had food stamps.
Yeah.
Now, to get that, you can only make a certain amount of money in your household. I am a generational one welfare baby. Okay. A generational one welfare baby means I was born into the system. Okay. A lot of Black children, probably yourself also, we probably were already put into a system either with i.e. WIC, i.e. food stamps, welfare, you understand what I'm saying? You probably have family members that are already in those systems. You're like, well, dang, once you're in that system, you're always in that system. It's crazy, huh? Now, those are social systems for food, healthcare, and Medicaid. You do not have a say in those systems. They have the say.
Right.
Now, the thing about it is, and I understand that being starved out by different agencies of racism have put us in compromising positions. Whereas I can never say, well, Brandy, you know what? You and the babies, y'all just need to be strong. I'm going to go out there and work. And then you're like, Lord, what am I going to do? I got these two babies. I'm here. I can't get a job. And then here comes a Democratic Party say, hey, you got this right here. I know your husband BMT may not like this, but that means you cannot do this with him. We can put you in night school. We can get your kids food stamps and get you some social programs for if your child has a problem with hearing or anything like that. They sound good.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie because they are good programs. Most of the time, if used properly. But what happens is when you get used to the free, you don't want to give it up now, would you? Because if you're always getting it, I mean, let's look at it. Who wouldn't want a free card of $1,100 spending or $800 spending of groceries?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, shoot, I can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the grocery store, buy whatever. That's $11 still in your pocket. Groceries have gone up. But what happens is you become dependent on that.
Right.
You can't claim your man while you're on that system. You can't claim certain things while you're on it. You might have a chance to go move up in your job. But if you take that raise, you go above that glass ceiling and see, you're going to get that phone call, Randy. You're making $1,100. Okay, yeah, I know. I mean, isn't that good? That's good, dear, but we got to take you off. Wait, you're going to take me off? Sorry. So what happens?
Yeah.
You're going to say, I don't want the job.
Yeah, right.
So now you mentally, you're not going to leave. And see, this is what happens to a lot. I understand why some of us are afraid to step away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means that you're not depending on it. Now, fair enough, because we have been wronged and we have never received reparations or any type of real governmental thing. We did get affirmative action, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, some of y'all might not like this. Black people don't really get to run with affirmative action like this. I've seen more so of other minorities and white women that get, and also people of the rainbow community, they get to bank on affirmative action. Women of color, they're banging hard. They're going to school more. We don't have enough Black men really in the home as we should be, or literally like that. More so, they go more to job trades. So and now, so that's a hit from the Republican Party. They pulled that out of the schools, trades. That was one of the biggest money makers for a lot of our people. So there's a deep history to things that have happened. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely have a lot. We definitely have a lot. But hey, I'm here to be here for you, to help guide you like a fairy, wherever you're trying to go.
Let me ask a question. So would you say that like the Democratic Party kind of holds people back from advancing?
Oh, girl, you saying some dangerous stuff.
Maybe I shouldn't be saying that, huh, on my channel.
No. Because when you say that, it's not that you're saying something wrong. It's just like, who are you to judge? Which you'll get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of us feel like, no, they owe us. It's owed to us. And I get it. I don't, I've used the dirty money, but everything comes at a price.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you saw some of your friends or people you know, they were balling with that systematic money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. However, when it comes time, right, but when it comes time to make the big moves, they can't, can they?
Right.
Because they're in a cap level system. And we see a lot of things that are happening. The Democratic side is more so of a social side of, hey, we have programs, Medicaid. Shout out to Medicaid. A lot of y'all better thank your mamas for writing y'all and putting y'all down on that Medicaid card. A lot of people don't get Medicaid. We get WIC, food. We get health care. Women can go into a clinic and get stuff for their body. You know, no charge. Probably like a what, $5 pay. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I don't know how much you have to pay a doctor, but hey, female going to the same doctor you go. And let's be honest, a lot of hospitals are not going to turn away that Medicaid card.
Yeah.
It's free money.
Yeah.
So it's been the biggest beef for the longest. Mm-hmm. Of why so many people are for the Democratic Party, because they're like, hey, we'll take care of you. The government will take care of you. We'll do this, we'll do that. But at the end of the day, that means you are under the government.
Yeah.
Republican Party, I don't want the government to have any say. The Democratic Party, I don't mind them, you know, having some say doing X, Y, and Z. But see, at the end of the day, I'm that daddy in the house.
Right.
That government's daddy.
Yeah.
You're not mama. That government is mama. So people could try to say whatever they want to say, but all you got to ask them is, hey, so how much are you allowed to make to stay on Medicaid? Once you ask them how much they're allowed to make, then you know who's the boss. Because if you didn't have a boss, you wouldn't be told how much you're allowed to make in the household.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I was watching this video and I saw this black guy comment on the video and he was like, Black women tend to be Democrats. So why do you think he would say that?
Because Black women, for the most part, have made the biggest come up inside of the Democratic Party. They have. It's no secret. Like, they are. Mm-hmm. When it comes to politics and policies, they don't come to Black men. Go to you, Black women, because you are the gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. They go to the person who's predominantly in the home, that is the figurehead. And because the Democratic Party offered, alongside with first wave feminism, there's 4 waves of feminism. First, I don't have a problem with first wave and second wave feminism, because there wasn't equal rights under the law protection for women. Mm-hmm. Wasn't equal rights for a woman. I believe if a woman want to go to work, she's working in that hotel as a bellhop or whatever she's doing, she deserves to get paid equally fair. Just because, well, you're a woman, so you got to go scrub floors and lay on your back, you know, and get beat by a man. No, I feel like, no, I'm a child of 4. My dad, he had his issues, but my mom, she did the best she could. But one thing about it was that the program afforded to colored women, women of color. I will say that, be nice and clean about it. We cannot refute that Black women, I will say, they made their moves. Black women don't mind what they know, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this. For Black woman knows that, hey, I can get in. She's gonna tell her sister, yo, we can get in and get this money. We gotta just be quick about it. And so the system knew and picked up on it. That, hey, y'all want to get jobs at Bell South, T-Mobile, different call center, different kind of jobs that are unionized socialist jobs. Y'all ran in and y'all are managers. Y'all are literally in different vices of support jobs. And we're seeing that, but it comes at a price that literally at that expense, that means you went more so from the feminine role to more of the matriarchal masculine. And you're like, well, what do y'all probably mean by that? Well, let's be honest. You've seen yourself that there has to be some type of balance of, now that you're the leader, the men don't want to deal with some of y'all. And I mean, I'm just saying, like, I can't lie. I get stingy and hate and a little bit spiteful when I see Black girls rock and all them damn women empowerment shows and crap. But I'm like, well, now they got the throne. They're not going to come off that throne. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be something by choice that the woman would want to give power to the man. But as we already know, that the woman's like, why would I want to give power to the man? We're the judges now. We're the sheriff. We are literally in positions of authority. I mean, one person that we're banging with is probably that white girl, Karen, goddamn them Chico girls. I mean, other than that, y'all having your own war. But now we're also seeing it where the Black woman is saying, like, where's my protection? Like, hey guys, where are y'all at? Yeah. And the men are like, well, the hell with them. We're going over to the Republican Party. If they don't, because they're like, well, I don't want to deal with this government because this government done moved in with my woman, and I can't compete with somebody like that. It is very infuriating. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've dated girls who had HUD housing, and they had a car, and they had a job, and you know what I'm saying? The only thing I was just a penis. So she was like, what do I need you for? Like, you know, I got everything I need. I got my baby, I got my car, and I got all this stuff. You just good for the night. I'll send you right back to your mama's house. I'm like, dang. It's like that.
So let me ask you, do you think that there's more closeted Republicans out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes, there are.
Yeah.
I'm just more so vocal about who I am.
Yeah.
Because the scrutiny, Black people have a hard time accepting change. I've seen that with our community of Blacks who come out LGBT. I have love for them. I have members on my team that are of the LGBT. I have no betterment against them, but we already know how hasty it gets for them.
Yeah.
We understand of talking about, hey, we don't want the government part of our business. We talk about, we want separation, we want independence, we want to be our own Wakanda. I want my woman back with me and X, Y, and Z. But see, that would mean that we would have to surrogately cut ourselves from the system. And it's scary. You know what it's like when you first move out from your parents or your family and you're like, yo, I'm on my own. What do I do? And you're like, you want to pick up the phone and call home, but you're like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to show them that I need them.
Yeah.
You're going to have some days your belly might growl. You're going to have some days where you're going to have to grind. You might not be able to get your hair done. You might have to just be, yo, I am just in hustle mode, hide this hair up and get to work. And it's okay. And see, I'm near. Like, all this stuff right here is mine. Like, I'm my own boss in the
tree back there. Nice tree.
I didn't do it. Just letting you know. I didn't do it. But be your own boss, it's a fight every day.
Yeah.
But once you know you're your own boss, no other feeling like it because
Yeah.
nobody can tell you anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I run this. This is mine.
Yeah.
And a lot of our people can't say that.
Right.
And when they feel that type of tension of watching the police, watching stuff go on in our communities and stuff, it's a feeling of helplessness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know you don't have to just call on some men, strangers, for a problem to happen. You rather call it, listen, I'm gonna call my man, I'm gonna call his boys, and they're gonna find out who came and stole something out of my yard. It's gonna get taken care of. See, that would be more refreshing for you because that's more so of an in-house security that you feel like nothing's ever gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But sadly, the Black community, we don't have that. We don't got that, Brandy.
Yeah.
We're dependent on the system, and she hasn't always been good to us, either Republican side or Democratic side. So that's why there's a lot of women. I think when certain people get to a certain cap level of money, and when people get to a certain cap level of money, security, and status, their hindsight of how they view the world,
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
it changes. I'm pretty sure as you start seeing and make a different move, you're like, why'd you just do that? Well, Brandy, no, we don't. You don't understand it. I do understand it, but I'm at this level in my life now. I don't have to maneuver like that. See, now you're judging me. And don't say you're judging me or you're looking down on me. It's not that, but I know what you could become because I did it.
Yeah.
So now the resentment in the gap starts to grow because they're saying that you're judging me rather than helping me. But you're saying, listen, if I help you, you'll never know how to stand on your own like I had to. So that's when you would be called either the Sambo or the Coon. It's the mantle that comes with it. And some Blacks are just not tolerably built for that. So they'll be like, I'm a Democrat, but low key, yeah, I'm a Republican. I ain't signing that. And they'll do it. I'm just more open, but I don't care. I'm too old to care.
Yeah, people need to do their research, like you said, and that's why I'm more of a free thinker because after learning some of the things about the Democratic Party, it's like okay, I understand and I agree with some things, but then it's like we look at the Republican Party and it's like okay, I agree with a lot of policies and things like that they believe in, but then I don't believe in everything, so that's why I'm just like okay, let me stick to the middle.
Then that would run you as an independent. Yeah. And by the end of this year, I will be an independent. I will be an independent also.
Yeah.
I've already said my dues.
There's not like more parties.
There are other parties. There are other parties.
Well, there are, but
they're just not as big.
Right.
They're not as big as the other two. The other two are the bigger ones. Yeah. There's the Tea parties and different other parties. Yeah. They're just not as big. But I always tell people just go independent. Go for what you feel fits you, like an insurance package plan, like like a cell phone plan, like
policies. I say don't look at the person that's running, look at the policies only, and then decide from there. So with me saying that, and I'm I gotta kind of be filtered here, so I'm not gonna say any names, but I'll say numbers, okay? So how do you think 45 did in his term?
I didn't have a problem with him.
Yeah.
But I understood the sentiment of, I believe that for a while, we have been putting the world before us a lot. I believe that we have been doing the most for other people. I don't care if you're my next door neighbor down there in Mexico. I don't care if you're in Canada. I don't care if you're in the UN or in Africa. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but as an American, I'm gonna put my people here first, and that's not selfish because if you had your household, who do you feed first? Do you feed the people outside your house, or do you feed your household first?
Right.
And I didn't have a problem with that. Did he say some things that were like, "Whoa"? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand that people want it to be sensitive,
Yeah.
but God damn it, y'all wanted a man to be a man. Got a man, and that's one thing about a man. A man does not bite his tongue for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I look at it like this, and I'm being honest. If they wanted to keep you, they'll keep you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ruffling some feathers, which he was forcing big companies to come back to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
I should not have to call. Um, I shouldn't have to call for something like fixing my iPad and doggone, I'm hearing somebody in another country.
Yeah.
But it's literally the company. It's like one state over. That means those jobs are overseas. That could have been something that, I could have worked, you could have worked, or somebody here could have worked. But again, we understand people like to cut costs, and if they can save money, they're going to take the jobs over there. But they still want to be supported by the U.S. Um, his tactfulness of saying things, I think that's what really got him in trouble
Mm-hmm.
because uh, he was unapologetic about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And could he have apologized on some stuff? Did he have some things that he said? Yes, he caused a lot of tension. Yes, I would not lie on that. He did. However, I was so on freak my feelings mode. I'm about getting my bag.
Yeah.
And that's how it comes down to when it comes to business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, my people know my heart and they know your heart. And I know somewhat of how you roll.
Yeah.
You look like you're about your purpose.
Yeah.
So to be fair, listen, y'all, we're never gonna get rid of racism. That's a stalemate dream, but I can't get rid of racism. But I can choose who I want to give my time and my energy to.
Mm-hmm.
And as you climb the ladder, you're going to meet all kinds of introverts or people that may say some things, but you're gonna have to be about your job. And I mean, the thing about it, when it comes down to it, some things have been starting to happen that we are not sure about. Now, the birth control thing, I think that had happened when he first started out. Um, it's no secret America's at an all-time low with children being born. We don't have enough babies anymore like that. And I understand why, but younger people are afraid because, hey, one, they don't think they can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
two,
too, people are waiting to have kids later in life. They're waiting until they're financially stable, which is smart.
and see, and that's the thing about it because it's like, well, dang, as the market keeps going and we just got hit with COVID, it's like, well, dang, you probably were planning on this year or next year, and you're like, but the way the market just, you're like,
Scared. Yeah.
baby, I'm going right back to the doctor. That marina's going back in again. I thought we were thinking, no, like it's got to go back in. And
Yeah.
trust and believe. Listen. I've done had arguments for that marina.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of changes. So, but I also understand that women should have rights to choose what they want to do with their womb. I'm
Absolutely.
not insensitive as a man to not say that a woman should not have rights.
Right.
But I also feel that, hey, me as a man, um, I want some rights too.
Yeah.
I want some rights to have a say in that. And that's also been a big tension going on even with the courts. Should the man have rights, whether, about the baby?
Mm-hmm.
And, I get it. I understand that when people say, well, um, it's her body, her choice. That literally is the coinage term because you are carrying in your womb. I
Mm-hmm.
can't tell you what to do with your body once it's in your womb. You can probably say, okay, have a good day at work. I'm going to work too. and you beeline straight to the clinic.
Yeah.
And I think he cut funding from the clinic, from the child care clinics for that and different other stuff. Women weren't feeling that. As far as it goes to coming to immigration, started capping down hard on immigration. That's another niche he had against him as 45. What he did was he clamped down on companies that were hiring more so of immigrants than hiring American-based employees.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you can see that would kind of take off big business.
Yeah.
Because you're hiring more of immigrants. Granted, they're cheaper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a store and, hey, I can't afford y'all girls, actual girls, but you know what? These women right here, I can afford them. All I got to just pay them $5 an hour. Technically, by law, you're supposed to be paying $7 to $8 an hour, or probably 10. But if you're only having to pay $5 or $7 an hour, you just save a whole whop of money. Feel me?
Yeah.
And a lot of big corporations weren't liking it. And I think was the nail in the coffin was COVID.
Yeah.
Or the pandemic. The handling of that greatly weakened our country.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So
not even a question. So okay, let's get into 46. Do you really think he was a racist?
Yes, actually we have this. It's actually on record. He said the N-word. He's dropped the N-bomb so many times. Everything he's done has been recorded. But I guess in his phrase, he's like, it was a time of my life. I was ignorant and young and dumb. And I'm like, dude, you was a whole politician. Like, you couldn't have been that dumb. You grew up in the era of racial tension. Yeah. So, and you was a Democrat then. So, when people say the Democrats are racist, I'm like, how do you explain 46?
Yeah.
He wrote the crime bill. Now, in the defense of the crime bill, man, we had it bad when it came. Like, I'm a crack baby, and I don't mean like my parents were crack. It's just that that's the era of where I was born.
Right. Yeah, I know what you meant.
Crack era. So I gotta break that down for y'all. The crack pandemic for a lot. You was an 80 baby, you're a crack baby. That's what they mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
I think 70s are the heroin babies. So for that, the crime bill shot up, and literally a lot of black people were going to jail and disappearing. Like, you could probably one day you might see your dad before you go to school, come home, gone. You're like, well, when dad coming back? And dad's probably gonna do 8 to 10 years. You think he just walked out on you? A lot of families that greatly set back. So he has his demons. Integrating schools, multicultural schools. He was not for that. He was not for integration of schools. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's talking about gun control. I don't like that. I'm pretty big on guns. Like, one of my devil fruit fetishes. I love a gun. I understand the need of that, but I also am like, that's one of our biggest spades of what makes us as people. People, believe it or not, people actually fear America.
Yeah.
For the fact that the civilians have guns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You probably might have a pistol, you know where it's at in the location. And you know what I'm saying? But that's one of the things why people don't run up and try to, do stuff. Yeah. Come this year, more black women, more than ever, out of any multiracial group, have bought guns.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I do my research on a lot of these things, so
yeah.
They bought. I was seeing girls show up to the fire range and like, here's $80. I want you to teach me and my girlfriend how to shoot. I'm like, is this to shoot a man, or what is this for? And they're like, Well, I'm not. I'm like, Brandy, what's going on with y'all girls? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all, and I mean, they're like small, like you showing up with like
wanting to do it.
pistols and stuff. Like, I want to shoot.
Women are wanting to protect themselves nowadays. There's so much
And,
going on. Yeah.
and that's where it's going. That is 120% where it's going now.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm telling women from a big brother, a daddy, a man's point of view, if you are a woman, you got $300 to $40 to like $300 to $400. Buy yourself a nice size pistol. You don't need a big gun. Buy yourself a handgun. Go to the range. Practice with that.
Yeah.
Before the end of 2020. You can pull it off, Brandy. You can say, babe, or whoever you know, I just want to go get a handgun. Find yourself, but it can't be somebody. People mess up when they gift it to you. Mm-hmm. You have to know you can handle that gun, and you can feel comfortable with it.
Right.
Because one of the biggest things that's been happening this year is that they're actually pulling ammunition off the shelves. We can't get the guns, we'll get the ammo off. Once the ammo's gone, gun's useless, unless you can make your own bullets. So a lot of people, they got the money, they've been buying ammo. You're only allowed to buy so much ammo at a time. So that's just a little side note for you and your group. Yeah. Y'all ladies, and I'm watching a lot of females, they're buying guns and they're literally preparing.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the sisters for that.
It's real. So look, BMT, so my last topic here is gonna be talking about Candace Owens. So do you like Candace Owens? You know, she's a Republican, a Black Republican. How do you feel about Candace?
Lord, that child wears my spear. Candace Owens. And I am a conservative.
Yeah.
And she wears my spear.
Yeah. Why do you think people don't like her? I like her. I mean,
you know,
I don't agree with everything that she says, but when you really listen to her, like when she debates, she's pretty good. Like she makes some very valid points.
She do. Yeah. It's just the thing about it is, this is my right. I don't care who you date. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care who you hang with. But you don't have to talk down on your people for your come up. Yeah. Okay. I have no gripes against anybody, man or woman. You just don't have to talk down on your people. Yeah. I'm like, you're married to one of them, so tell us what they do in their community. Mm-hmm. But you won't say that. You just mention they're liberals. And you see, what we just saw happen was a Nicki Minaj repeat. Okay? You're like, what are you talking about, BMT? You see, Candace clapped at the right one this time. And you had it where Miley Cyrus's sister said, you ain't nothing but a nappy-headed hoe or thought.
I heard about that. Yeah, I saw that.
And they're like, oh my God, racism. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to clap at? I'm not no Cardi B. I'll clap at you. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what? She shouldn't have said it to Candace. Candace is entitled to her opinion. Yeah. And
but you know, the thing about Candace, she says what she says, and she says it. You know.
Yeah, she does say it. She does say it. She does. Right. She does have some. I think she's suing Google right now. She's suing Google. Yeah. Good luck with that, Candace. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't sue Google. I would. You would sue Google. I would tell you stop.
Do you know why she's doing that? She's doing that
because they've been censoring her. I don't think that's right that they've been censoring her. Okay. And you know how it is. We're on social media. Like, we don't control the servers. They do. Yeah. We say the wrong thing, it can be like, we have to learn how to speak critically where they understand it. And
that's why I'm like, let's talk in codes. Let's not say anybody's name.
right. So
Yeah.
Candace, you and I both know Candace don't do that. Candace says exactly what she got to say.
Yeah.
And I can respect her for that.
Yeah.
She does not care. She's going to say whatever she got to say. And a lot of people don't, oh my God, who are you? You did this and that. And she's like, well, I'm in a different space now. This is how I feel. And this is what I see. Again, this is what I'm saying. Like when certain people get tired of being tired, or they get to certain points in their life, and they're like, yo, I did this, then that kind of mindset comes in of like, nah, I gotta clap at you. And so that's what happened. And she says something to a celebrity. Now, here's the issues. Number 45 is leaving out of office. Okay? So that would mean a lot of the content creators, YouTubers, that predominantly most of their content was banked on number 45, MAGA, Blexit, a lot of stuff. Their content is about to start drying out and going down. And she's been now changing up her verse from, all right, so enough of talking about this politics. I'm going to be looking at these political celebrity agendas. And so Hollywood, they got a different way of how they clap at you. And so she said something. I think first time she was battling Cardi B.
Yeah.
And
Cardi.
we all saw that. And I'm like, Lord, Cardi, you know doggone well you can't argue with no Candace.
You can't argue. It's like Candace.
you weren't rooting for Cardi?
I like Cardi, but I'm like, Cardi, she didn't like. You can't argue with a politician who knows what she's talking. Like you can't argue with a person like that.
I thought Cardi did pretty good. She didn't throw her shoe. She didn't throw her shoe. But see, Cardi was also in a perplexing mission, because if she had said something like, because Cardi has been caught saying some racial stuff.
Yeah, she has.
Before.
She has.
And so y'all sisters, I be looking at y'all side eye when y'all be agreeing with Cardi sometimes. I be like, y'all do know what she be saying about y'all.
She's saying a bunch of things.
Y'all don't forget that.
Yeah.
Yep. So she got a little cocky. That's why I don't feel bad when Offset be cheating. I don't be feeling bad at your karma. I don't feel I'll throw all the shade and salt on her wounds. Well,
oh my God.
But having a political battle with Candace, that was a lose. We were gonna lose. Yeah. And I think she went after a more so of a white liberal, money.
Yeah.
And they have no problem saying, say whatever you want. You're just a ratchet-headed thought. And I'm sorry, Candace, but you're not one of those girls like that would, maybe Brandy, you might want to snatch up Candace and go take her to go get her hair done. We'll fix some edges or something, because that shit don't look cute. Maybe, hey, I get you were pregnant, but that ain't cute. Like the hair, they be letting that girl go out there looking all kind of crazy. And they got a replacement for her. They got this girl named Kim Klasick.
I haven't heard of her. I need to look her
up. She is curvy. She's curvy.
Okay.
Like she's more than you are.
Oh. Okay.
And also with the pocket. White men love her. Oh yes, they love her.
I'm gonna have to
love her. I was like, God dang, y'all white men love some black booty walking around and talking politics for y'all. So that's probably white men's fetish, seeing a black girl do this. So I didn't care for her little Dixie behind, but she was talking, and Candace was pregnant. But Candace now, she's like, what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack liberal politics. But you understand, certain celebrities, especially white liberals or white celebrities, They don't care what they say. They don't.
Yeah.
The Kardashians can curse you out today and they'll still be trending tomorrow. You can't touch Kim. You can't touch her.
Yeah.
Like there's just certain people they got that immunity in society.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but Miley Cyrus, that family, that's Disney. That's Disney wealth. They don't give a damn what they say or do. I mean, she was not too long ago. That thing was riding on hot dogs and twerking with teddy bears and stuff. You think they're gonna mind calling you a nappy headed thought? Like they done been around black people for so long. I'm pretty sure they done said that plenty of times. That's probably why. That's why Nicki took that hit. That's why I said it's Nicki repeating all over again because Nicki has a beef with Miley Cyrus, and she said some stuff to Miley, and Miley all she did was like, daddy, and boom, Nicki got silent.
Yeah.
Same thing, but Miley's little sister, oh no, she don't care. She don't care. She's one of them girls that get down with black brothers and do whatever kind of unholy stuff they do. And she had no problem. You know them white girls that hang with the black sisters. She had no problem saying you are nothing but a nappy headed thought. And I was, my God, that is.
Candace and calling Harry Styles. Well, she criticized him for putting on a dress. Remember? And she was like, men aren't men anymore. What did you think about that?
I agree. I get. Listen, like I said, I agree. Listen, I like opening up the door for y'all, ladies. I like doing chivalrous stuff. I like my masculinity. I want to be able to pass that on to young men and say, yeah, we can still be men. I try to just keep my masculinity intact. I get that there are agendas out there. I get that for y'all, like you said, BMT, I like being a feminine. I like being submissive. So you're like, yes, I want to see my men in men's clothes, not no. I don't want to. You don't want to be sharing no dress with no man. Like you come in the room and you catch him wearing your doggone heels and flip flops and stuff. Like, babe, is there something you need to tell me? Like, what's going on? Like, oh, this dress is hot. Like, just go ahead and pack up. If you done lost, you're gonna be fighting over the goddamn tampons tomorrow. So we get that the agenda is real. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's never gonna be a clapback at Miley Cyrus's brother. I mean, Miley Cyrus is their friend, the one wearing the dress. Why? Because he has that alternate lifestyle agenda backing him. Mm-hmm. You can't talk no trash about them wearing dresses or doing that. That gets you blacklisted. So Candace saying something, though she did have a valid point that, the era of men dying is possibly coming to a close. However, saying it like that to them, they already control the vices of the media.
Yeah.
So granted, you might have it where, let's say in this hypothetical, somebody's like, hey, we want your child to wear a dress for the play. You're like, you could say something right then and there on the spot, but it's now come to a point, this is where you have to be a closet conservative, which I believe that you are by heart. Let me pull my son off to the side. Listen, son, I didn't raise you. I want to see you grow up to be a fine young man. Would you be like your father? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's harder now because we got to be more secretive about our moralic plans with our family and our children and our women and our men. You can't be open like that because Candace saying that, men wearing dresses, that's not cool or cold. She's not wrong. I agree with you. I agree with 120%. Candace was just speaking of that. I want to see men be men. Mm-hmm. She's right. Doesn't matter the gender, doesn't matter the age. I just want to see our men and our young boys be men. Not be no punks and sissies where the women have to be going out there doing all the work, But again, we get it now where the boys want to wear the tampons and the girls want to go out there and wear the pants and doggone spit and pee outside the truck. All right, I know that when I'm dead and gone, I'm ready. I'm ready. I can't take much of this. I'm, like I said, you know what I did? I froze some of my sperm in the sperm bank.
You did?
Yes, I got. So that way, I'm going to sell it off. But I feel like that probably might be the last beacon of masculinity in the world.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I don't think I'm joking, but
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Well, BMT, this has been an amazing conversation with you. I appreciate you for coming on, and you know,
I'm glad. I'm glad. I just wanted to make. I wanted to, keep it light and have fun in this talk.
yeah, and I definitely learned a lot from this conversation because I just as 2020 comes to an end, I just kind of wanted to revisit some things that I needed clarification for myself, especially the politics, because it's just been so heavy this year. So, I appreciate you coming on and having this discussion with me. It's kind of a tough discussion a little bit.
I definitely appreciated this one. I definitely wanted to put off, so that way we could have done this one. So, of course, like I told you, one me to do a show, just let me know, and I'm definitely down for that.
Send me a shirt too. I want a shirt.
So you want a shirt too? I would definitely try to get that to happen. But definitely, these are the thoughts of myself. These are not Brandy. Brandy has her own individual thoughts, so I don't want y'all to scrutinize her. Like, why are you letting him say all that stuff? Like, no.
This is just a conversation, discussing it with you, right?
Right. And like I said, I'm glad you asked. And I just encourage people, like, just take 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes a day, or just 10 minutes, and just look at some stuff happening and ask it, is this what you want?
Right.
Is this really what you want as a people or as, individuals? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be independent. I want you to be independent. I don't want you to, let your first year of stepping into politics, put on your independent sandals and just say, hey, I want to hear what y'all saying. I want to hear what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt for you to go by a city council meeting. It may sound boring.
That's true.
But
you have to know
it doesn't.
Yeah, it's important.
Right. And go by there. I mean, even if you don't have kids, you can still ask, hey, what's going on with the school? That's your tax money.
Yeah.
So you have a right to know.
It's your tax money. The more money you make, the more they take from you.
Oh, trust and believe.
I know.
Trust and believe. I got like, I think for me, they passed it to where we can't kick our tenants out, even if they don't pay rent.
I think I know about that. I'm not.
You know how much that hurts.
That's one of my goals for 2021, to get more into real estate. Get some properties so that I can like rent out to other people. But yeah, I heard about.
And that's something that I'm pretty sure you would be peeved off if you saw that paper come to you and you're like, wait, this girl ain't paying rent and she knows it and I know it. You can't go key her car or like force her out. You got to be like, yo, like, come that same, you better have my money or I'm kicking you out. I'm just going to go to the strip. And there's a lot of stuff that is happening.
That's happening.
So I want to see you win. I want to see you all win and get yours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a request. I want a quick video that you can do a standalone on. And I want your own opinion how ladies should move in a restaurant.
Oh.
And you know what I'm referencing to.
I know what you're referencing. Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to do it solo dolo, it's on you. But I definitely want to hear your response on that.
Did you do a video on that? You didn't do one yet?
Actually, I did a video with it with my co-host. I found out a lot of stuff. One, it's a night. It's not a restaurant. And yeah, he got them drunk. And literally they were playing bounce. What do you expect? You and your friends are getting drunk and y'all not eating and they're playing bounce with it. Y'all gonna start dancing. You're gonna start dancing.
You know what? I agree and then I don't. Me personally, I've been to restaurants where they do play bounce music and stuff like that, and it's all fun and cool. But I'm not certainly gonna go, you know.
I yes, yes. That's what I said. I want your take on that, Brandy. Like I said, I want to hear because I'm just saying. First of all, I've never been in a restaurant where I've been in a restaurant that had lively um music going, but I never felt like, damn, I gotta get up and dancing. And I mean, the females,
I might like do a little shimmy in my seat, sing along,
right?
Take some pictures. But I'm not gonna like get up and full blow start twerking, and it's just. But
that's too much.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, all right.
We'll talk about it on your channel. How about that?
I got you. All right. Well, thank you for having me, Brandy.
Of course. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, guys.
Yeah, be sure to subscribe to my channel and subscribe to BMT. Also, help him get to that 20K by the end of 2020.
Thank you, guys, and thank you, Brandy, for having me.
Hi guys, don't forget to click that subscribe button. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm creating for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.